Welcome to What If Cell was in Hazbin Hotel. You all loved the What If Frieza was in Hazbin Hotel, so I decided to do What If Cell was in Hazbin Hotel. So all that being said, let's get to it. After Cell died from the father-son Kamehameha, his soul would go to King Yama. As King Yama looked at him, he said, "You know, Cell, there is a hell for every planet. However, if there's beings too powerful, we have them be reincarnated to give them another chance, because hell can't hold them. However, we've decided to make an exception for you for a new experiment program to see if you can be redeemed." Cell would look up at King Yama. Redeemed? Suddenly he would put a collar around his neck, which would stop him from using ki in hell. As he got this collar on his neck, suddenly Charlie would walk up. "Oh my god, I'm so happy to see you!" Charlie would hug Cell. "I saw you on the news. You were a big tough guy, weren't you? Well, don't worry. We're time to be redeemed. I know deep down inside of you there's a rainbow." As Charlie would start to sing as Cell went to hell, he would hate this, to say the least. He wasn't a big fan of singing, but Charlie just sang her hearts out as he went to the hotel. As then he met Angel Dust and the Radio Dean. The Radio Dean looked at him and said, "My word, I heard what you did back on Earth. That was quite impressive." Cell, "Hey." Radio Dean whispered to him, "You know, we can make a deal. You can break out of that stupid collar of yours." Cell would look and say, "Nah, I'm not an idiot. Besides, a perfect being such as myself doesn't need anyone." Alistair would just laugh and say, "Fine, have it your way." As Angel Dust would look and say, "Hey, bad boy, I got a question for you." "What's that? Where's your penis?" Cell would look at Angel Dust shocked. "My penis? What does that have to do with combat?" "Combat, honey? Is that really what you think life's all about? Being the strongest fighter? That's so sad. Why not come with me and get a little bit of pleasure?" "Oh, wait, you can't." Cell would then look at Angel, disgusted, as he walked back and said, I need to go somewhere. I know. Vaggie would sigh and say, "Follow me." As they left, Husk would say, "Really, Angel? What? If he's the perfect being, I thought he would be packing." Husk would look at Angel and say, "That man threatened to blow up the entire planet. He nearly did before Mr. Satan saved us." Angel would say, Yeah. I know. Man's powerful. But hey, I like powerful men. Maybe I'll smooth them over to my side. I'm sure we can use something if he doesn't have a." Husk just rolled his eyes and says, "You're a freak." As Cell was brought back to his room, Vaggie would apologize about Angel, but then Cell would look at Vaggie and say, "Is this a joke? You talk about redemption, but all you do is sing dumb songs and flirt with people. All I want to do is fight, and I can't because of my stupid ki control. Even if I get into heaven, I'll..." But then Vaggie would look at him and say, "Stop! You will not crush Charlie's dreams. Do you hear me? She has worked too hard to save people. She's worked too hard to help people in hell. You will not destroy her vision. And you will be a good person whether you want to or not. Or I will gouge out those eyes, and I don't think you'll be able to regenerate with your ki being suppressed." Cell looked at Vaggie and sighed. All right. And then she walked out. Cell would then sigh and watch TV as Nifty came in. "So you're Cell, the ultimate bad boy? I made you a gift." She would give him a crown of dead bugs. Cell would be weirded out. He would say, "Thank you," as she then left. Cell would then sigh as he laid down in the bed. To be honest, Cell really didn't need sleep, but he decided to go to bed anyway. Because, well, there's nothing else to do but listen to psychopaths and a flirty spider, so he went to bed. Cell hasn't slept since hibernation. As he slept, he had visions of Gohan, visions of his death, all fading through him. He couldn't believe he lost. He's the perfect being. Cell would wake up in the middle of the night. As he went downstairs, he saw Angel sneak back in with a black eye. Cell would say, "What happened to you?" Angel just would look and say, "You don't care." As then he walked past him, he was confused. But then he decided to do some research. As Angel just said, "You should know by now my work." He didn't know what he meant by that. As he researched it, he found out Angel Dust was a porn star, and, well, he found some videos, which Cell was disgusted to watch. So then Cell felt something. Cell's seen people die and even killed people himself, but to be used like that just left a raw taste in his mouth. He didn't know why. Maybe it was the 18 inside of him, or maybe it was some of the good guy genes inside of him, but he felt bad for Angel. As Cell would be with Husk, he would ask, so why didn't Charlie just get rid of him? And Charlie doesn't really kill, so that's why she hasn't really gotten rid of Valentino. I see. Well, are you trying to convince me to get rid of your key suppressor? Thinking I care about Angel since I put up with his shit? No, not really. Just curious. So then go up and begin to train. Even though he couldn't use ki, he wanted to get used to using his physical body in case he needed it. As the time came, songs came and went, and Angel Dust started to flirt with Cell more, and Cell actually opened up and actually talked to Angel, and Angel and him actually got along. As time passed, eventually Charlie would pull Cell alone, and Charlie would look at Cell. Listen, there's gonna be a battle with Adam and the Exorcist. I don't know if we can do this on our own. I'm gonna have to take that key suppressor off you. However, when I do this, you're gonna have to help us. And magic's a lot different from ki, so it's not gonna be the easy battle. Cell would say, so I get the fight? That's all I care about. But I have a condition. Charlie would look at him and say, what? I get to kill Valentino. Charlie was shocked. She would say, why do you care? Why do you want to kill? But then she would smile. You have a crush on Angel, don't you? Cell would blush and say, no, I don't even have... I'm a perfect being. I'm fine by myself. Charlie would say, aw, well, normally I wouldn't accept that, but Valentino is a abusive drug overdose pimp, so tell you what, if you can help us beat Adam and you survive, you get to do it. Cell would smirk and he would shake Charlie's hand. He would say, I want 7 days before he comes to have that key suppressor off. Why do you need 7 days? Cell would look and say, to get used to it. I haven't used ki in a long time. I need to get used to the power again. Charlie agreed as she took off his ki bracelet 7 days before the battle. Cell could just run away, but he decided not to. He heard about Adam and he was excited for a fight, and he wanted to take him on once and for all. As Cell walked up to Angel, he said, do you want to see something nice? Nicer than those cocks you see on a daily basis? Angel would laugh and say, that's hard. I see some pretty nice one. Cell would pick him up and then fly him around hell, and it would be beautiful. Angel Dust would see a park. He would see the city. He would see the chaos, but he would see the buildings too. Angel Dust would look at Cell and say, wow, thank you. No one's ever given me the royal treatment like this before. Cell would say, don't mention it. Thought if I did this, you would stop annoying me, Cell would say, trying to keep up his facade, but it was starting to go down. As Angel Dust looked at him, he said, did Mr. Satan really beat you? You've barely ever mentioned him, and your whole thing would be about revenge anyway, so Cell would say no, it was Gohan, Goku's brat. And Cell would tell Angel Dust the whole story on how he tried to be perfect, but he failed, no matter how hard he tried. Angel Dust would sympathize. True, he didn't really like the fact he murdered a bunch of people, but hey, Angel Dust lives with a radio demon and works with Valentino, so it's not like that bothered him. Angel Dust would then tell him about his life story, and they would both start to bond. And as they enjoyed their night out, Cell would fly Angel Dust to the bedroom, and Angel Dust would say, hey, can you use your tail? Like, extend it? Cell would extend his tail, and he would say, yeah, why? As then Angel Dust would pull him in. We cut to the next night. Cell would wake up after a night of intense pleasure. He couldn't believe this. He felt something he enjoyed besides fighting. He was going to train. He was going to protect Angel Dust, and he was going to protect this hotel. Eventually, 7 days would pass. Adam with the Exorcist would attack Hell, since Hell would still be probably in this timeline, but as he attacked, he would see Cell fly straight towards him. So you're Adam, the first man on Earth. Did you know there are other planets? Other gods? Adam would look at him and say, shut up. I heard about you, the monstrosity made of everyone's DNA. Well, guess what? You're going to be no match for me. They would both fly at each other and begin the battle. As Adam would cut off one of his arms, he would regenerate. Adam would say, but this is a holy weapon. That should be impossible. Cell would say, nothing's impossible with me. As they continued the battle, Adam would blast magic right in Cell's face. As he would blast the Kamehameha, as he would hit, Adam would start to push further and further to Cell. But Cell then would start to remember what happened, how he lost. He wasn't gonna lose this time. As the Kamehameha hits Adam's face, he fell to the floor. As Cell walked up, he said, "You can go now." Adam would get up and give that whole speech, and Cell would just laugh and say, "I didn't come from your nutsack, I came from a lab." As then Nifty would stab him to death. And then Lucifer would show up, but he showed up late in this timeline. Sir Pinchus wouldn't sacrifice himself. Charlie would look at Cell and say one last thing. Cell would nod, as he would grab a holy weapon and fly straight towards the V's headquarters, destroying the wall. As Valentino looked at him, so now that you're free, you want to work for us. Cell would then chop off one of his arms as he fell to the floor and began to shoot bullets right at him. But Cell would fly so fast they wouldn't hit him, as he would simply cut off his head, killing him. "Oh, please, I would never work for a guy like you." As Cell then looked at two of them and said, "Stay away from Angel." As Cell then flew away, Vox looked up and looked down. "Well, it looks like we're gonna need a new person for the drug and prostitution department." As Cell then flew back, he threw Valentino's head right at Angel, as Angel smiled and they kissed. Years would pass, as eventually they would both be redeemed. We cut to Goku trained on King Kai's planet. As King Kai said, "There's gonna be a new person living with you. I think you'll know who he is." As Cell walked up with angel dust, he said, "Hello, long time no see." Goku would look at him and say, "So you're the one who was redeemed? Wow. I can't believe you turned good, Cell. I didn't know you had it in you." Cell would laugh and say, "Well, I do have you in me after all." Angel Dust would say, "Oh, I didn't know you and him were..." Cell would look at Angel and say, "Shut up," as they would all just laugh. Goku would then say, "I don't get it." As then, that's where we're going to leave things off. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I shipped Cell and Angel. Was that a mistake? I don't know. I wanted him to get redeemed since Frieza didn't in my other Hazbin video. Also, I had a Hazbin Hell. I have a Hell Discord server if you want to join that. Link in the description. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this video so far down in the comments below.